How do you get unsecured business credit cards to grow your business? Well, in this training, we're going to talk about everything you need to know about unsecured business credit cards. We're going to talk about the best credit card companies out there who will help you get credit cards even as a new business. We're going to talk about secret, little known about business credit programs that will help you get credit cards $100,000 or even higher as a startup business. We're going to talk about how to get 0% rates and what to look at to get the most rewards points from your unsecured business credit cards. I'm even going to show you how to get unsecured business credit cards without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. And along the way, I'm going to give you my best tips and tactics to help you get the most money and the highest approvals on these credit cards. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to get you access to our business credit building guide that gives you a step-by-step process to be able to build business credit to get even more money for your business without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. So unsecured business credit cards. Look, when we talk about credit cards, almost all credit cards are unsecured, especially in the business space. Now, in the consumer space, we're used to secured credit cards that are typically used to initially help us build business credit. But secured credit cards don't really exist in the business space. Instead, what we have are net accounts or vendor accounts. So oftentimes, vendors will offer net 15, net 30, net 45 type terms where you have 15, 30, or 45 days to pay back whatever you're borrowing. But you're not going to see a lot of secured credit cards in the business space. Now, you will see plenty of secured financing, SBA loans, credit lines offered through SBA, even all kinds of asset-based lending like equipment financing, inventory financing. A lot of that kind of financing has some kind of security involved. Some kind of asset is being pledged for security. But for most credit cards in the business space, they are unsecured. But there's a lot of things you need to know. What's the difference between getting approved for a credit card that requires a personal guarantee and liability and one that doesn't? Another important thing to keep in mind is, are you getting credit cards that report to the consumer credit reporting agencies, the business, or neither? And what credit cards do you really go after? Which ones are going to be the best ones for you? Well, let's unpack that and dive in. So when we talk about credit cards, one of the first things we need to know is where they're actually reporting. We don't want to get business credit cards that report to the consumer credit reporting agencies. We want to get credit cards that either don't report anywhere or report to the business credit reporting agencies. And the reason for that is that your consumer FICO score, 30% of it is based on your utilization. What percentage of your high credit limit you're using. So if you get credit cards for your business and they report on your consumer credit reports, then even using those credit cards can be devastating to your credit scores. So by all means, you've got to avoid any kind of business credit cards that report to a consumer credit reporting agency or report to both consumer and commercial. So a perfect example is the Capital One Spark card. Capital One Spark card is a great business card, but it reports to the business credit reporting agencies and the consumer. So every time you use that, it hurts your personal credit. So how do you know? Well, the biggest way to know, or the easiest way to know, is just ask. If you just ask the credit card issuer where they report to, you'll typically find that they will tell you right then and there if they know. Now, if you ask that question to somebody and they kind of stutter and they don't know, you probably want to call back or escalate and see if you can speak with somebody in underwriting who will have that answer. Somebody that will know will typically say, look, here's who we use to pull credit to make the approval decision, and here's who we report to. And again, by all means, you've got to avoid anybody that reports to the consumer credit reporting agencies. Now, it's okay if they report nowhere, because then you can use the credit, nobody's seeing that history. So that actually could be a benefit in some cases. But preferably, the best cards you can get report to the business credit reporting agencies, either Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, or Experian Commercial. And the reason those are the best cards you can get is that you're using those credit cards and other people can see your history. So if I'm going to spend $10,000 a month on Facebook ads, I want other credit issuers and lenders to see that I'm doing that, because that helps them want to give me more money. If I'm using all of this money on credit cards that nobody can see how I'm using them, then that means other lenders and credit issuers aren't going to be as inclined to want to give me high approvals. So you really want to get accounts that report to the business credit reporting agencies. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is, are you personally guaranteeing these credit cards or not? In almost all cases, if you're applying using your social security number and a credit check to get approved, you are supplying a personal guarantee and you're supplying a personal credit check. Well, multiple problems here. First of all, if you personally guarantee that credit card, that means you are personally liable for that debt. If you ever default on that credit card, even though it's in your business name and used for business purposes, they can come clean out your personal bank account. They can come after your personal assets, such as your home, such as vehicles, such as stocks, bonds. Anything to do with you personally is an asset that's up for grabs if you personally guarantee. So we've got to avoid that. The other thing is we don't want the credit check. We don't want an inquiry on our credit report if we don't have to have one. So in order to get credit cards without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check, we have to establish business credit first. We have to establish our fundability, and we've got all kinds of training at youtube.com/credit suite that teaches you how to do this. You also want to get some initial starter vendors, places like Uline or Granger, that will give you credit when you have none and report to the business credit reporting agencies. Once you have a handful of accounts, then you can start to get credit at all kinds of retailers like Home Depot and Lowe's or Sam's Club, Costco, even Walmart, and even Apple, Best Buy. A lot of these sources will offer you business credit without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. Now, when you get to a point where you have about 14 accounts on your business credit reports, that's when you can start to get Visa cards, MasterCards, even American Express cards, again, without the personal guarantee and credit check. And along the way, you've gotten a lot of other kind of credit, including fleet credit and credit at all of those major retailers. So if you don't mind giving a personal guarantee and you're even a brand new business, then you want to consider a program called Credit Line Hybrid. With Credit Line Hybrid, you can get approved for as much as $150,000 in credit lines with 0% rates, where you could take the cash out at 0%. They work for brand new businesses. They're unsecured, so you don't need collateral. You don't even need cash flow. There's no docs, so there's no bank statements or tax returns required for approval. All you need is good personal credit to get approved, or a guarantor that has good personal credit. So even if your credit's not good, but you've got a family member, a friend, or potential investor that's willing to let their credit be used to qualify, you can use their credit to qualify for Credit Line Hybrid. So if you don't mind getting a personal guarantee and a credit check, then use Credit Line Hybrid. You can oftentimes get 5 to 8 times the amount of credit limits than you would typically get if you're applying on your own. And a lot of these accounts report to the business credit reporting agencies. So not only are you able to get 50, 100, even 150,000 in funding, but you're also able to build business credit at the same time. And don't forget to follow those steps to build your business credit. Our goal is to get you credit cards that are unsecured without the guarantee and without the credit check. In order to do that, we've got to establish those 14 accounts on your business credit reports. So even if you use Credit Line Hybrid to tap in and get these unsecured credit cards from the beginning, make sure you're building your business credit so you can get more credit cards without the personal guarantee and without the personal credit check. Want more details on the exact steps to succeed? Grab our free guide at creditsuite.com/EIN. That's creditsuite.com/EIN. And give us a call. If you give us a call for a free consultation, we will get your business credit reports with the reporting agencies at no cost. They'll cost you $250 if you go to the bureaus directly. We get them for you at no cost. We go over them with you and give you tips and tactics to improve and build your business credit. We do a fundability assessment to help you fix the things that make you more fundable. And we also do a funding qualification to tell you all the loans and credit lines you can qualify for right now. All that happens on a free consultation. Give us a call at 877-600-2487. That's 877-600-2487 for that free consultation. You can also email us info@creditsuite.com, or you can schedule online at creditsuite.com/consult. Plus, don't forget, if you got value from this training, make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep your eye out on our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get money to start and grow your business.